Good evening, everybody. Hey, Brooklyn. Hey, Wicked.
Hey.
Hola.
So last night's episode it delivered.
It was
It
good.
did. You know, I didn't take a lot of notes because I was very confused on the whole Pizzagate.
I have a clip to play. I have some audio, which everyone talks about it, all the cast. So yeah, Pizzagate was talked about. Danielle.
Sorry.
What was that?
My ringtone.
It sounded like there was like a Backstreet Boy behind you. What, like, was that Nick Carter, like right there? Like,
I forgot what my ringtone is. Hold on. I'll play it again.
That's funny. It did sound like bye.
It did. I was like, huh?
Yeah. Cupid Shuffle.
Okay. Well, I like it. Okay. I don't want to get yelled at by YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
It's
a
fine.
remix from someone else anyway.
No, it's good. It's good. Hey, Kelly, Christine. Hey, Susie B, Ellie, Wendy H, Susie Bella. Susie Bella H. Wait, we have two different Susie Bellas. Well, what are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that?
Teresa and Susie.
Bella 860.
She's like the Xbox
B.
360 version. Susie Bella 860. Well, hello to both of you, Bellas.
Hi guys.
The Bella twins are here. Hi everybody.
Hey.
AJ Freak. Patricia with a C. Cynthia Amos. That's Cody next to me. Mel B.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi Cody.
I have Georgie. I got Georgie behind me. As always, the captain steering the ship. Ruth Ann, hello. Did I get everybody? I feel like I did. I might have skipped
Linda, J Freak. I'm at St. John's State Hotel because my niece and nephew are staying with her.
Thanks for coming a little later, guys. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Well, you know, Pump Rules is on, so that's hard to go against.
Gotta do what we gotta do.
It's interesting knowing what we know now. If only we had more inside scoop.
What about Pump Rules?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, I just wish I watched that show or cared. Like, you know, it's like the big news thing right now and everybody's talking about it. But like, I never really, it's like, that's like one Bravo show I never got into. Because I worked in a restaurant for a long time. And I'm like, shit doesn't go on. Like, no. Like, I call, you know.
Yeah, because you know none of them are
people, you know. They're all very good-looking, young, wannabe actors and actresses. They were all broke when it started, but I watched it for a hot minute. I mean, but now they're like pushing 40.
I think it's funny because Jack's probably got the most like heated, you know, and now he's literally the last one standing who's still married.
Yeah, he is having the last laughs. And, you know, Jax is my age. He's 44.
He's actually, and they're coming back on to like a spinoff or on the show. They've been filming, so they're coming back.
Well, he's going to be like on that new reality show with like all the villains, like with Danielle Staub and that show that I posted about like a couple of months back. And yeah, I saw the thing about like how him and Brittany are going to have some other new show. I don't know if that's going to be like on a network or if it's something like they're just doing, you know,
streaming.
Sorry, you know, I don't know.
I like them.
I do.
Miss Georgie.
I can't stomach the Sandoval guy. He's nauseating. Nauseating.
Yeah, when they put me on it one day, we can watch it. I'll be like, you know, the old grizzly bartender in the back. Like, just leave me alone. I am. All right. So with that being said, let's get into the show. It was a juicy one.
It was a good one.
I mean, last week's was like the only wah of the season. So they brought it back good this week. And it was all like a few hours worth of like the day too, you know, so we know next week's going to be better.
Oh, yeah.
Because I could watch it I watched it 3 times and I still am unclear on something. So.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
That one on. You know, he is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside. Pull that one on. And he's on the inside.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So it's day 2 of everybody being down by the shore over here. Jennifer Aydin's rental, which she says that they bought. Which
Their homes are beautiful, except
Jennifer Aydin's so trashy because like it's a thing over here thing, especially because I live just literally 3 blocks from where Jen Aydin's rented B&B is, and she has the balls to like show like the Seaside Park sign. Seaside Park's like literally like the next block over. It's got like the more affluent houses are in Seaside Park as compared to Seaside Heights, but they have to show the Seaside Park and then have like Jennifer's thing like a block away from the Bulwark in the middle of Seaside,
where no one wants to be ever.
So whatever.
Apparently they got their Airbnb.
They're all down in my neck of the woods. Like every time you see that long giant bridge, you ever hear me talk about the bridge? Like that's the bridge I always bitch about going over because it's like so long. And so everyone's down here in the shore in Seaside Heights. So at Mel's house, you have Jackie, Margaret, their husbands, Melissa, Joe, right? I'm not missing anybody from that situation. Mm-hmm. Then you have Jen's rented Seaside Heights balcony apartment right there on the boardwalk with Teresa, Louie, Nate, and Danielle. And then you have Rachel's house, who has Dolores and Fessler and Fessler's husband. So that's the layout of the floor plan.
Now, John, just so people understand, like the way they show it on the show, you would think these houses are like on the same block, but give people an idea of how far, like, let's say, you know, Melissa's house is to like Fessler's house. Is that like a 5-minute ride, a 10-minute ride? Like, what are we talking?
They're all kind of scattered. Like Jennifer's, if that really is hers, she's the only one that's actually on this side. Right. Like we're like, you know, we live like on like an intercoastal, like a barrier island. Like, you know, if this was South Florida, we'd like be on the A1A side of it. Okay. To give you an idea. So that bridge, that long bridge connects us to like, you know, the mainland. And that's pretty much where everybody lives on the other side of the bridge on that side of the water. So we're here on like the little barrier island. Then we have like the bay that long bridge goes over, and then they're there. So they like Melissa, Dolores, their houses are really close together on the other side of the bridge water. Like probably like 5 minutes away. I don't know where Rachel's house is. But if they're all in Toms River on the water over there, they're all within like at most 15 minutes.
Oh wow, okay, not bad.
It's no.
And Melissa was born and raised in Toms River, correct?
Yeah. And you know, Toms River is what the bridge drops you off on. So like we live in Seaside Heights. That bridge connects us in Seaside Park and Lavalette, like we're like the 3 little beach towns over here, to the mainland, like Toms River. Right. And you know, we have Atlantic City, which is about a half hour south of us, and then Manhattan is about like 45 minutes north, and then Philly's like about an hour west. And that's where we are.
Great location.
Geography. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a lesson.
This is like the first time I'd ever seen like the cast drive their own cars. Like most of the time they're Ubered everywhere.
Yeah, or they have like a driver. Right. That Bentley that Teresa pulled up in, that was money, huh?
Teresa.
Miss 6 acres.
Let me tell you, I know it was July when they were filming this. But Louie's face is extra red this show.
Listen, we're going to get there. we're gonna get there, and we're gonna play this out. We're gonna have a tutorial because someone looked like they were on something extra.
Oh my God.
At this brunch. And you know,
you carried over to the mermaid.
Something
and
like,
I was thinking of you, Wicked, because you called it like the first night. You said straight up, he's bullshit. He plays two sides of the fence, and you hit it on the head, girl. Because he is one yelling at her in front of them and giving her right when she turns around. Like, he's all over the place. He's a mess.
Thank you, Nikki. And this is from one of my birthday gifts from RHONJ. So wearing it tonight. I love it. You know, anything with a Care Bear. Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
It's okay.
He's a mess. He is just all over the place.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. All
right.
All right. So blah blah blah. Jordan, blah blah blah. You know, they're all waking up from like the night before with the waxing and everyone's just kind of.
Buddha's husband looked like his waxing.
Oh my God.
That looked painful.
That was something else. That he took it. He was so drunk he didn't feel a thing.
Oh,
he didn't feel goddamn thing.
It looks like the wax was too hot and physically burnt him, because I know your hairdresser, like he didn't like stretch it.
So
he
when you so when you put hot wax on someone, normally you either blow it or you check it first. They took it right out of the melter and put that shit right on his chest and ripped. And he's a hairy dude, that guy. So let me tell you, that hurt, and he didn't even blink.
Yeah, he's a trooper.
Like, you're supposed to like pull the skin so as you're tearing, so it's not like just loose skin, and they didn't do that.
Listen, they drank a lot that night. I mean, I have to say, I don't remember like seeing all of them that drunk in a long time. They drank a lot.
Bill, like, he was so cross-eyed, like
out of the gate. He was outside out of the gate. I mean, it didn't take very long.
Like, Bill had one eye going that way, the other eye going this way. Like, I don't like.
You know what? And I'm gonna say it again. I know I don't want to be repetitive, but he is a doctor. People pay him out of pocket. He's not, he's not like an emergency room passerby or doctor. He is a specialist, a surgeon, and he is on TV rolling almost into the bay. Like, you gotta have a little like decorum. I mean, you're being filmed. Chill out. Cut back a little.
But do you think people were kind of like, oh, hey, it's on his off time, as long as he's sober when he's working on me, and we're good.
Wicked. If I was getting a $10,000 boob job on March 1st, and I saw that episode on, I'm sorry, if I saw it the week before my surgery, I'd be rethinking that shit.
You'd be like, listen, knock this down to 8 now, because I just saw your answer.
Seriously. I don't know. That keeps playing in my head. Like, you are a surgeon.
Well, the thing with me, like, when you think of it like that, like, but you think of Emily on OC, like, girl, you're a lawyer, and look at all the stuff that you get into.
Yeah, I've never seen Emily act as bad as I saw him.
Emily usually holds it together. I haven't been like the biggest Emily fan, but she's also been like a drunk mess also.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, and I hate to be like the mother hen, but like, my God, so much can go wrong. They got heels on, they're walking by the water. Like, it takes 1 second. They were so drunk. I don't know that if I was filming, I would allow myself to get that gone. In fear of what you would say, having no control over yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I can remember years and years ago, I worked at a hotel, and they did a manager's outing. And the HR director ended up coming on the bus because they were following in the bus behind, and like, they were all drinking, and they mooned the director of HR. And she got on the bus, and I was like sitting at the front of the bus, and I was next to my manager, Maura.
Yeah,
and she was
that's
like, why aren't you drinking? I said, because you guys aren't going to talk about me at the next staff meeting.
Yeah, you gotta know when to like stop or.
And she was like, "That's my girl." Like,
not okay.
You're all not going to say, "I saw Karen's literal ass."
No, you don't want that shit.
Nope.
All right, so they're going back and forth, and then like at the same time, Teresa and Joe bring up this pizza situation, Pizzagate, as they call it.
And mind you, I've been trying this whole season to see Teresa's point of view, not be a tree hugger, but I'm trying to like get the whole vibe here. And there's not a shot in hell that Joe Gorga would have taken 5% of anything.
Well, hold on.
Her story
hold on. Okay, it's Pizzagate. Let's get into it. It's Crossfire, Pizzagate style. So we have on one side Joe Gorga, who came up with this idea about whatever their concept was about pizza that him and Teresa are going to do.
So I looked up the concept today, John. It's actually not like pizza they're selling. They wanted to create an oven that we could buy at home in the backyard and, make certain pizzas, right? So it was going to be like Nonno's, pizza oven, whatever. Like,
or according to Teresa's spin, skinny Teresa.
Yeah.
Skinny pizza. Like, because and like, come on, Teresa. Like, she's like, let me just rip off Bethany. That skinny girl works pretty well, okay? So we'll call it skinny pizza. Oh my god, it's an original idea. I'm so great. I'm Teresa.
She is like
the only thing that I know for sure is that there was an idea. I'm thinking there was money changed, and then after that, they kind of lost me because Joe referred to someone as his nephew. They went out and bought the boxes.
From Melissa's side, he's an adult.
Okay, because I'm like, who's the nephew?
Melissa has older, like 20s and 30s nieces and nephews, and he's referring to her sister's son.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But it's like he went and bought the
boxes.
boxes.
You didn't know Bill was a plastic surgeon? We might have to visit this.
Cynthia, he is. You wouldn't know it from the show.
Or from looking at Jennifer. Oh, John, that is the limit.
Or since Jennifer got her nose job.
How
in
dare
Turkey.
you?
Yeah.
So
Bill could have like referred her to a friend.
That is so strange to me. Your husband is a plastic surgeon, owns his own practice, and you go to Turkey for a nose job.
And then she winds up with that nose job.
But I think she said something about like when she got her mommy makeover, her Jersey makeover, that she was such a pain in the ass that Bill was like, I'm never going to do surgery on you
again. That's the cover story. I don't believe that for 1 second. She would never go pay for something she can get for free.
I don't believe
never. Not the Amazon shopper. No way.
Nope. All right. So where were they?
Yeah, I don't believe Teresa. First of all, let me start at the beginning. There's not a shot in hell that Louie Ruelas lost $250,000 and let it go just like that.
Yeah, nobody. Like that was the other thing. Like
nobody. I don't care. First of all, I don't care if Louie's got $10 million in the bank. I couldn't give a shit. Nobody, especially a businessman, takes a $250,000 loss and says, let it go. I don't want to fight.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We just want to do business. And then they're still buddies. And then they still want them to come to the wedding. And then they still want to be family.
And why is
really, really off there?
And like, why is Joe Gorga mad out of the gate this season? Because that's how it ended. And then Louie says, come to your sister's birthday party, first day of filming, when they haven't talked in 6 months because of Pizzagate. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, so it was Louie's idea, and then he presented it to Louie and Melissa, Melissa and Joe. They all seemed to love it. I guess Joe had the name after Nono's, Teresa. And when it was said and done, I guess Louie had the contracts drawn up, and their attorney was only going to give Joe Gorga, the inventor of this idea, only 5%.
which I just don't believe.
That's like a
anything.
finder's
Listen,
fee.
I got a lot of family members in a lot of different kind of businesses like that, restaurant, all over the map. I have a huge family. The way this whole thing was concocted or even spoke about on the show, none of it is kosher. None of it.
Right. I mean,
and she's taking a photo shoot, renaming it, and then the brother calls her and she says, "I believe what Joe said. I believe she said, where's the money? Would you?" Like, I can hear her saying that right now, okay? But it's all bullshit. That not for 1 second do I believe that Louie was okay, or do I believe that he put in the $250? What did he get for $250? He didn't even brand a name. He didn't even get a.
And then they all just walked away from it, or like, you know, they kind of left it hanging there. So now Louie's in for this $250, and then he just walks away from it, or does he continue it without?
Well, word on the street, aka TikTok, is this Pizzagate situation is why Bravo, for the first time in history, put them all under a gag order.
Oh, hold on. I had to do Maria's job. Hold on. I just can't get her to watch Housewives. Wait, hold on. Where is it? So horrible at this. There we are. Thank you, Wicked.
You're so sweet.
So you were saying about the gag order?
So that's the word on the street that they Bravo, for the first time ever, has put the entire cast and their spouses, anyone who pretty much signed a contract this season, is under a gag order as of last week, which has never been done ever. So, you know, everybody's like, whoa. Even Melissa on her podcast was in shock because she's not used to this. But apparently it's due to Pizzagate.
Well, like, let's dissect this a little bit more. I think we can all agree. I don't know. Wicked, do you think that Joe Gorga should be mad over the 5%, or, you know, it's all Louie's money, so, like, you know, it's, you know, it'd be Louie's loss?
I think that something happened, and I think money exchanged hands. But beyond that, I mean, 5%, unless you're talking like a multi-billion-dollar idea, which I'm sure Nono's Pizza Oven is very great, but, you know, it's a pizza oven in your backyard or in your home or whatever, and there's like a limited market for that. That's a luxury item.
Yeah, like a lot of people can't afford pizza ovens. Like, none of my friends in real life.
It doesn't cost $250,000 to make a prototype either. Like, it's not kosher, John. It doesn't add up.
But I mean, you know, like if this were a Shark Tank idea, I think the sharks would have passed.
Because, you know, like to have like an outdoor living room year round, also, like, you know, I know if you live like pretty much north of like the Carolinas, is always like a little cold somewhere, so not most people are out all day long. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. My point is,
but I mean, if like California, yeah, but there's just,
guys, it's not a bad concept. It's a pizza
it's
oven.
not, but I don't think
it's like a tabletop pizza oven that you could put on your patio set and make a brick oven pizza. Great idea.
How much is it supposed to cost?
Okay, let's say it's $79.99 for shits and giggles, even $100, whatever. The point is, there is no pizza oven.
I don't know.
There's no pizza oven. There's no prototype. Tell me what cost $250,000. It didn't happen.
He bought boxes.
I am planning on hearing that out of their mouth, because that's how much I don't believe it happened. I don't believe Louie lost that money. He wouldn't lose $250,000 and then 2 months later, you know, go to Joe, invite him to parties,
and they'd still be talking and filming. That would set a divide. Like, you know, again, Italians. I had a family dispute. I had two aunts that didn't talk to each other for 10 years over like $35.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
that's right.
It just doesn't make sense. Like what Teresa's trying to tell you without telling you anything, and what Joe's trying to tell you without telling anything, just doesn't make any sense.
And Joe kept it in. Don't forget, he said she's going for it. So am I.
And I just, you know, like
The only thing I
5%
don't get is like,
is nothing.
why did Louie have to put in 250 and then Joe put in nothing?
Well,
Like,
see,
there's a
Joe
missing
said
piece
that.
there.
But see, Joe said that, John. He said he was planning. He thought he was going to give his sister 200,000. He goes, "You think I don't have 200,000 to give? Are we kidding right now? I need Louie to put in all the money." No.
Joe wanted to do it like a 50-50.
But when he found out from his nephew that they're taking photo shoots, changing the name, he said, "Why wasn't my wife asked to be in a photo shoot? Why wasn't my daughter asked to? It's our product. Why is she making boxes and taking photo shoots?"
And of course, it's Teresa and the girls and G and all them, and with the different names. So
listen, I can't even close my eyes and imagine the feeling I would have if I said to my brother, "I got an idea. Let's do it." And then somebody says to me, "By the way, your brother is making a product and him and his wife, and it's my idea." I would feel like that pit in your stomach, like devastation.
No, Glenda, he's not Italian. He's
Spanish.
He's Italian.
Italian.
He's a wannabe.
He's lobsteranian.
But yeah, it just it didn't make sense. Like,
it's not, because it's not true, and we're gonna see that. And again, gag order is out. There's a reason for it. It has to do with this and something else that's coming out about Melissa. And it should be very interesting to see how this really plays out.
Also lost his job that he invented, and here they're rolling up in this $250,000 Bentley convertible. They just built their 6-acre dream house in Bergen County.
He's fronting.
Teresa made a comment months back, right around her wedding time. She said, very flippantly on social media, she said, "If I wanted to stop working now, Louie's got way more money than me. I don't have to work or do the show."
I remember her saying that.
Yeah. So when she said that, I just thought, doing what? None of us know what he does.
It's like Chandler's job on Friends. What does Chandler do?
John, jinx. I said it at the same time.
That's when people say when they're entrepreneurs. I'm like, oh God. When someone tells me they're an entrepreneur, I'm like,
yeah,
I gotta go. My tooth's filling up with blood and it's bleeding, and I have to leave. Like those idiots on.
When I hear entrepreneur in Long Island, I'm like, do you sell drugs? What?
Yeah,
what do you car parts?
Yeah.
What? Where are we going with this?
What stolen tires and or cocaine do you have to offer?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
But I do believe that Louie probably shysted the deal away from him, and that's what really caused the fallout.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely, Wicked. Definitely.
And then for him to say, "Oh well, 5%, of what? Outside of this concept, do you have anything else?"
By the way, I didn't even know that you could get 5% of something. I had no idea. I didn't know in business that was a thing.
You can get 1.78% of something.
Of your own invention?
These crazy kids these days. Yeah,
all right.
It was supposed to be their joint project, and they draw up the contract where it's Teresa and Louie's 95%, and Joe gets
is
a check, and Joe Gorga gets a check for $48 a month. Here you go. Thanks.
Partner. And what's even more crazy about Teresa is she just doesn't get it. She's so out there sometimes that she literally, when she's telling that story, she's like, "See how bad my brother is. See, he's bad."
Wow, I can't believe how much you flipped on Teresa.
Teresa believes her own. Guys, in her mind, this makes perfect sense.
I know, and again, it's this episode. I watched her this episode, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
I think Teresa has the last laugh right now, and she's like, "All these motherfuckers think I'm stupid." Ha ha ha.
I think it's
Well,
kind of
they're
along
making
the
a
lines
mountain
of,
out of a mole mountain. Okay, and I'm gonna be the winners.
When you think that this bitch had like 5 New York Times bestsellers and she can't speak, it's scary. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I think.
Speaking of Jackie, we'll get into that fight at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Jackie's just trying to fight with anybody who gets her back on that show, man.
I just, it's like, can Teresa listen to herself?
No.
Like, in whose universe does this make sense?
Hold on.
Oh, happy birthday, Wendy. Thank you, John. Or thank you.
Yes. Get it together, Wicked. Jeez.
I'm so excited. We got a $50.
I am too. Hold on.
Oh, Wendy.
I throw out the red carpet. There it is. Thank you, Wendy.
Wendy, that was really sweet.
Like,
really sweet.
Teresa thinks in her mind that just like the text messages that this presents Joe in a bad light, it doesn't.
No.
No.
Because in her mind, it's crystal clear. And well, Jennifer's too, because, they share half a brain.
The fact that nobody called out Teresa too on that, like, she had the pictures done. That seems like you're running away with it. Not telling them, and but whatever. Let's move on because we kind of just barely started.
Lots to cover.
Let me see. Do. So pretty much they're at the party now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, I can't read my writing because I just, God damn it.
Yeah, they're there.
Like they have a mermaid. The mermaid looks like she's had a little.
Oh yeah, that mermaid.
Seaweed.
She was.
The party looks great. Like the food, the steaks, everything looks top notch. The mermaid sitting on a blow up pearl chair was horrendous.
And here comes Jen Fessler.
I love that Jen Fessler.
She's like, listen, I don't get these extras. Like, I'm gonna throw a party. I don't need a woman in a ball floating or a mermaid playing with the ball.
Like literally, after everyone sees them, she can go home now. Like you don't need her there the rest of the party. You had your wow moment. Okay, thank you. Go on.
Like, okay, if I was at that party, like, I'd be nice to Rachel's face and be like, oh my God, how clever. And just like be like talking to Cody and making fun of the mermaid like the whole time. And like, okay, imagine being like a mermaid, like that woman, and just sitting there knowing that everyone's pointing and making fun of you.
It was horrible.
Better people than I am, because I'd be the one like, look at this bitch in this little mermaid costume playing with this ball like she's on ecstasy. And it's like the tunnel, like 2001. Sorry.
They could have definitely done away with the mermaid with the blow-up pearl chair. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. And
the Amazon blow-up chair.
Yeah.
I've been like, Rachel, what a great idea. I love the mermaid. Way to keep up with Teresa. With her, like,
I mean, at least give her a bubble gun.
With her Cheap John's, like, bubble thing, and like half the time, there's nothing even coming out of it. God, I hate when that happens.
And she's playing with the ball.
And Jen Fessler's husband is just as funny as her. I love when she said, make me look skinny. He goes, how am I going to do that?
that Jeff Fessler, he's a firecracker, just like Jen is.
Yep.
Oh, I've never wanted a person to progress to full-time housewife more than Jen Fessler.
Oh, I'm sure she'll
I'm
like it.
with you, Wicked.
I hope Teddy joins us. I miss her tonight. So, all right. So, Jen doesn't like the extras. Then we find out that, we see Joe and like the frat. This show is so weird. Jersey's like turned
Jersey gets away with things that other shows would never get away with.
It's just so different from every other housewife thing because the husbands are like, maybe like more involved than the wives at this point, to be honest with you.
Well, you can't have Jersey without.
No, you can't. You can't.
I mean, if you think about other shows, You never see husbands.
Oh, it's funny. They tried doing it last season with OC and Terry Dubrow and like Dr. Jen's husband, Croizan, Rory,
horrible.
Ryan, whatever the fuck his name was. Who cares? He got fired anyways. Like all the OC husbands tried to go out to dinner. Ryan. Who cares?
RYNE.
Yeah, bye. He won't be back ever, so we don't have to worry about him. But yeah, it's crazy, but it's just so crazy how Jersey's so different. So you see, the cool guys like the Jets, Joe Gorga, and like they're making fun of Louie's IG story where it's Louie, Nate.
Well, how could they not make fun of it? Like, what is he saying?
Of course they should.
What is he saying? It's the world of forgiveness. The world. Did you see Danielle's husband's face? Like, bro, why am I in this video right now?
Yeah, like all the time on Jesus.
Yeah, and like Louie thought like Jesus was running right through his veins.
I gotta tell you, Joe Gorga gave the best response. You're telling people about forgiveness. You're marrying the grudge holder of like Bergen County.
Yeah.
And then so Joe does all the cool guys. Nate better watch out. Because it was Bill, Louie, and Nate. And they don't care about Bill.
Well, listen, pretty soon I'm gonna foreshadow a scenario here. Pretty soon we're gonna see Danielle and Jen wrestling over who gets to sniff Teresa's asshole.
Oh.
They're gonna
Teresa's dirty. She'll pick Danielle because Danielle's fresh meat. And
let me tell you, and I'll tell you why else. She will definitely pick Danielle because Danielle tries to scare people, and Teresa loves that tactic. Jen's got the mouth, but Danielle's got that wannabe muscle, and she doesn't back down.
Exactly.
Apparently, she runs out every goddamn time, but she doesn't back down.
Right.
So Teresa sees that, and she's like, "I'm getting her. I want her."
Oh, hold on. Aw. Sorry. Keep talking. Or hold on. I don't know. I suck at the clips. I need a clip star. Thank you, Ronnie.
Like, do they have a class when you're starting Bravo, like how to have a non-story storyline? And then, you give just a little detail. You really don't go over into much. You just give a little bit. And then when people start saying, this doesn't make sense, you walk away.
I think with Danielle, like she came in with the knowing that she was going to be Teresa, one of Teresa's things.
Right, but let me tell you, I think she did it wrong. I really do, guys. I think she did it wrong. I like the way Rachel came in. I'm new. I'm not going to pretend to be ghetto to fit in here. I'm going to do me, and hopefully I work. And you see that. She gives each person their, like, do right in finding out who they are, whether she had preconceived notions or not. Danielle came in right out the gate. I'm Team Teresa. I'm going to suck her ass. Sorry for the word.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. And all of us know it. In by episode 2, we know why she came on the show.
Well, look how well sucking Teresa's ass has worked for Jennifer. I mean, if you want Teresa ass sucking, 305. I mean, Jennifer teaches the advanced course.
Which is why they're going to soon be wrestling on the floor behind her and sniffing along.
Didn't Margaret say Jen's lips look like a monkey's asshole or something like that? Not because of the makeup that she wore, it's because of just that permanent suction.
Listen, I think
that human centipede action from Teresa's anus. That's from that.
I think we have to start every week saying what our favorite line is on the show, because this week and I'm skipping ahead for 1 sec. my absolute favorite line this week when Margaret goes, maybe I'll call her brother. Maybe I'll call her sister-in-law. I go, that's my girl.
My favorite
girl.
You know, Margaret
was when Danielle is saying, you know, oh, she tried to throw me under the bus and, you know, yada, 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 yada. What did I say? Well, you said, yep. No. What words?
I simply said exactly what you told me.
That was a mic drop.
She don't get, Rachel doesn't get bothered. She doesn't get bothered. And I love it.
Yeah, because she's like, what were my actual words? Like, noted this, yeah. What were my words? I was like, oh,
well, you know, Margaret and Danielle finally have their moment, right? So they, you know, Danielle says like, oh, maybe we should talk now because it's a good thing I didn't before. I'd be like, bitch, like when people say that, it's a good thing I walked away. Oh, okay, I guess so. I guess we'll never know if it was good or bad.
Right, because she stormed off.
Oh, wow.
You know, she gets in the van and then goes, you know what? And then guys, you all didn't hear me before, but before we started, I told Wicked and John that I'm like getting nervous because I'm listening to Danielle in this episode, and I'm like, I think I talk like that. Oh,
and I was like, no, you don't.
I gotta change some things up. So. But she's in the van, right? And she's like, you don't want to be my enemy. You don't want to be my enemy.
Yeah, like it was like a page out of like Casino. But it's like, no, you're not Sharon Stone. Take a seat.
Every time something happens, she goes, I gotta go. What, you're a big tough girl. You're going to throw down. You're going to be their enemy. Bop. And you're out the door. You can't even catch you. You're out the goddamn door so fast.
Thank you, not my real name. I'll give you some honks because I'm sucking at the clip playing.
Not my real name. Where are you from? Is that in euro?
Or pounds?
It looks like a pound. It's a pound.
I couldn't see.
That's a pound.
Pounds.
Oh, hibbity bibbity. Oh, pip cheerio. One of my country fellows.
But I like Rachel, you know, and even Margaret's telling Danielle, like, you listening to other people, like, is not normal. Like,
make your own opinion.
People are going to say horrible things about me. That's the reason there's an X in front of her name.
So, you know, Danielle calls Rachel. They have a nice little talk, which we just discussed, where, you know, Rachel says, give me one
What did I say?
Couldn't say it. And then that kind of fizzles. And then next thing we have up, Jackie hears Teresa telling Fessler about the in-laws invitation and that mess. Jackie's kind of been, I love Jackie, I do, but she
let me make this clear.
I love Jackie, but Jackie's been working hard.
Let me make this clear. I go hard for Jackie, right? But it doesn't take a genius, which I am not, to see, right, that she's working, man. She's working for that fucking title. She's all in there.
And she shouldn't she be though? Like, amen. Like, you know, that girl is working for that paycheck. And
she's working for the friend paycheck, but she really, really, really wants the title again. And she's gonna get herself in any little thing. But I felt bad for her. I did, because she did nothing around that table. Teresa made that horrible, disgusting. I'm really going bad on Teresa. She made that.
I know. It's like, you know.
I can't believe what one episode did to me.
I've been in purgatory all week. Like all week long, something has been off. And you, on day 4 now of my lives, are like pro Melissa.
I know.
Like,
if
I didn't think I was dead the last 3 days, I certainly think I'm a ghost now. Like, I don't.
Well, I mean, listen, John, Let's be real. You don't say, if someone's father, let me just make this clear. This is my opinion, okay? If someone's father abandons them or, leaves their mother for another woman and then it's a struggle for years to get along with them, whatever, you want to say, oh, she's obviously got daddy issues. Okay, it's not nice, but you say it. When someone is 16 years old and their father gets killed in a tragic car accident, you don't say she's got daddy issues. That was disgusting, and that was a turning point for me. And I know
the way she said it, though, in her confessional, she was like,
yes.
Yes,
yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
Lisa told me so many times about like her dad and how he stepped out and how he cheated on the mother.
What she told you, the man is dead.
It's like, does she understand what daddy
No,
and
it sucks wicked because both her parents died. She should understand it, but she doesn't. The capacity in the brain is. So with that being said, all Jackie did.
That's not nice.
She didn't even get that out.
I know Jackie gasped. Like
she didn't say that. She just went, and Teresa went, "You shut the fuck up!" And I'm like, "Whoa!" Like
Jackie did say that. That's not nice.
And Teresa,
she gasped.
She has her drink. Therapy. Like, what does that mean, Teresa? Like, she's like, therapy. Like.
Funny because the namaste was namaste. Okay, there was no namaste in that moment. She was namastop because she was in on Jackie like she's been waiting for weeks to just yell at her for something.
Like, I could have understood if she was like, see you next Tuesday, Teresa. That's not nice. But
she went,
that's not nice.
I was like,
after she gasped, Teresa jumped down her throat, and then Jackie was like, "That's not nice." All Jackie goes, she went, "Oh, that's it."
Yeah,
and, Teresa has never liked Jackie, and for all the people that say, "Oh no, Teresa forgives,"
no, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
You know why Teresa don't like Jackie, right? It's because Jackie's smart.
And
it's because she's educated, she's smart, and she likes Melissa a lot. And those things don't jive with Teresa.
And she doesn't kiss Teresa's ass.
She never will. She never has. She never will. No.
But yeah, poor Jackie. But Jackie also, listen, Jackie wants to stir the pot, so it comes with the territory. I mean, it is what it is.
We all know that she was not happy with the friend title this year. She wanted to proceed as a housewife. So she's going to have to work for it. She's got to get caught up in something.
Or maybe
she was possibly full-time and then demoted. I mean, you can that's what I'm seeing in some of the storylines where she's working hard to get her title back, but where she was also part of integral conversations.
I also think her health had something to do with that too, probably.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, I'm sure the health thing, because Bravo probably doesn't want to be blamed for, God forbid, if anything bad happening, right?
Of course.
B, her storyline was a little weak because she didn't have that much going on. But I don't know. I hope that they give her back her. There's no
they've got a huge mess right now.
The meatball back. That's what the Jersey people should hold, meatballs.
That would be so appropriate.
With the gravy pouring through their finger cracks.
With a knife, stabbing each other.
Do some, mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Yeah, come a long way.
See, she's getting there.
I'm working on it.
All right, so now, God, okay. All right, 49 minutes in. All right, we're
at 49 minutes in and we still didn't bring up the pajamas. We have to get there.
Okay, well, so
Pajama Gate is what it should have been called.
I know. Well, okay, so Melissa's back there and Louie needs to talk to like Melissa, like a bomb's about to drop, and it's the most important thing in the world.
Right. God himself better not interrupt.
It's
Louie,
like the sky is what? It is high up in the sky. That's what Louie reminded me of.
Like,
high.
Yeah.
I
High up
don't
in
know.
the sky.
But he's like, hey, Melissa, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? Hey, oh, okay. Hey, come over here. Come over. Why don't you come over here? I can take you over here under this canopy.
Oh God, John, you're making me laugh.
It'll be great. It'll be great. We'll sit here and we'll talk. I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you. You know, I'm so mad. You know, here, you know, hey, do you mind? Can I hold your hand? Hey, can I grab your hand? Let me grab your hand. I want to touch your hand. I want to touch your hand. I want to touch your hand. Hey, shut up. I want to touch your hand. Shut up, Melissa. I want to touch your hand. Well, I talk to you like just like, you know, because like, you know, I really feel bad. I talk about your mom. I feel bad about your mom. Like everything's going on. Like, I really want your mom to be there, but like, you know, there's everything going on. Like, I just want to make Teresa happy. And like, don't you understand?
He was high in the sky, guys.
Like, not since Mark Daly told Ken to reel it in have I seen such a spectacle.
Oh, John. That is how he looks at them. Oh my God, right now. He does. He's like a pigeon at a birch. Like,
and then
Teresa comes. He's licking Melissa's ass.
And then hold on.
No.
Teresa. You want to be Teresa? You can be Teresa. I'll be Louie.
What's going on over here?
Teresa, shut the fuck up. Teresa. Teresa, get away. Teresa, you disgust me. I'm hanging over here with your sister. And you're gonna ruin it. You're gonna ruin it. You never listen, Teresa. I'm having a moment with your sister. I'm touching your hand. I'm holding your hand. I'm grazing your hand. I'm touching your hand. And you need to go away because you never listen, Teresa. You never listen. Melissa's laughing and she's right and you're wrong. And I'm gonna invite Donna and
fix it.
You fix it.
Oh God, that was so good.
Yeah, it was Ooh.
Woo!
John, you're very good at these impersonations. I don't know if I should worry about you.
I'm scared for him to go all the way in though, because we know he can't get out of it once he gets abducted, right?
Exactly.
I don't know if you want like to really for me to go full throttle.
No.
I'm kind of feeling it with Louie right now. I think I can get there.
No, we're good. Focus. Stay with me.
But I mean, guys, come on. Like he was like the sky.
Yeah.
He just wanted to make everybody happy. Like I just want to make everybody happy. I want to make Teresa happy. I love Teresa. I love Gia. I love Melania.
Donna Marco.
I love Nono. I love Mama. I love Melissa. I love Joe. I love Antonella. I love Joey Jr. I love Kathy. I love Rosie. I love Doc. I love Caroline Manto. I love Jacqueline Larita. I just love everybody. I want everybody to get along. I don't know why everybody get along. Like it's just crazy. Like I just enough. Stop yelling. You know I'm here. Like.
Oh my God, I can't.
Holy shit. John, you gotta paint your face red. Wow, that was funny.
Yeah. But God himself better not interrupt him when he's talking.
Melissa said it so well. She said, I don't know if he is like trying to be this kind of man, but he's not there yet, or if he's just such a good actor and he's like one person when he's angry and one person when he's not.
Then I'm one person I want to coke. I'm this person. I love this person. I'm great. Everybody loves me. And like, you know what? I put Teresa in her place because I need a lot of cocaine to put Teresa in her place because it's very hard to go against Teresa. And like, she got the 4 girls. There's Melania. There's Gia. There's Gabriella. There's Adriana. I love them all. I love Melissa. I love Joey. I love Kathy. I love Jacqueline. I love my butcher Bob. I love Tommy, my salami dealer. I love Benji, the guy who cuts my meat. There's just so many things I love, and I want everybody to get along. And it's Teresa, she gets involved, and she has to listen. and it's just me doing the cocaine because I have to. I don't know.
Oh God, we're gonna get in trouble. No more, John. Cut it.
Okay.
No,
Okay. What clip did you have
Cut
for
it.
us?
Cut it. Cut it.
oh, it was about Pizzagate.
Oh, okay.
We're kind of past that now, but I guess I should play it.
Yeah.
Play it. Play it. Play it.
Hold on, let me get there.
We'll redirect.
I know. I was having a moment. Hold on.
I gotta tell you, your Louie is the best impression yet.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Where is it?
Yes, Addie.
Right? With the pizza business.
I told him not to do it, and he trusted my brother. My fiance lost $250,000.
The Pizzagate happened. I think it was the beginning of the end. Jesus Christ, that was fun.
I'm somebody who has first knowledge of Pizzagate,
Okay.
just so you know. Melissa
It's
and Joe said, don't talk about Pizzagate ever, because we all agreed we didn't want to make Louie and Teresa look bad.
I didn't hear either on the
If
side.
anything, I didn't want my brother to look like I didn't want my brother, I wasn't trying to make my brother look bad in any way.
Pizzagate was another secret we held for them. That was the beginning of Joe
So I have no idea what this
looking
is
at
from.
Louie sideways. I'm telling you, off camera, friends with Melissa, she really was happy for Teresa. Out of nowhere, it turned. No one understood what the hell went wrong. Who stabs their brother in the back like that? That's some sick shit. Sorry. It's just baffling. In like January of 2021, we were good. And in April, we were not. And in March, I think there was Pizzagate.
I think Louie did invest a huge sum of money and then ended up telling Joe, you know what, since you didn't invest, I'm just going to give you a percentage of the company. And Joe Gorga did not like that. Because I keep thinking, like, where did this relationship go wrong? It was so good in the beginning. He was happy for his sister.
Businesses destroy families. Louie is so wealthy, more worthwhile to not cut your soon-to-be brother-in-law out.
Is he so wealthy?
That's what I think it looks like, right? I mean,
I don't know about that. But he hasn't been working for a long time, right?
Cartier bracelets for everyone.
Cartier bracelets for everyone.
Cartier nail bracelet.
Louie, thank you so much. You're literally the best ever.
Cartier. I mean, the box certainly wasn't real. Has Teresa spoken to Joe directly about the whole thing?
Yeah, she said to him, don't you ever tell anyone this story, ever, ever, ever. And he said, okay. And he didn't, and he wouldn't let me tell it, and I didn't. And then I got told, just like they told me not to tell anybody about the seating arrangements, and I didn't until I did. It's like you're constantly making me look like a bad guy, then I have to defend myself once in a while.
Why is my brother mad? He didn't lose the money. Louie lost the money. If anything, Louie should be mad.
And why isn't Louie mad over just casually losing 250?
Because Louie has
It's a drop in the
her.
bucket.
Because
he has so much money. He has so much money
No.
that 250K
No.
is nothing to him.
Right.
I'm sorry, even that's like even billionaires would feel that.
Because, and I said that earlier, and I'll tell you why. Because Louie, in my opinion, has Teresa brainwashed. He made Teresa believe that he lost 250 grand, when in reality, I'd be surprised if he lost 25 grand. He makes her believe these things, John. And we think everybody thinks she's a tough woman. She's a strong woman. Not in that way. She's not smart like that. And she is in love and she's getting laid. And they, like rabbits. And she is driven by that. She buys the bullshit. Okay. She
So
buys
it's just
the
sex
bullshit.
and pineapples and bullshit.
Sex, pineapples, and pants.
Like if Teresa was gonna drop an album, it'd be like sex, pineapples, and bullshit.
If he tells Teresa that if he convinces her that he lost 250, he doesn't even have to show her a receipt. She takes his word and she believes it.
100%.
Okay, all right. So let's.
Hence the gag order.
Okay.
But I did like when Louie was talking to Joe and Teresa came over and she was like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "Teresa, you're not in the right frame of mind to have this conversation right now." Which she wasn't. I mean, she was
absolutely not.
But neither was Louie.
Well, true, but
and let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna do the Italian thing again. Let me just tell
and
you
again,
something.
Allegedly, I'm not saying like Louie.
Oh
was
yeah,
things,
but
like
let me tell you, when she says to, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do the Italian card again. But when she says to her brother, "If you wanted me to invite Donna Marco, why didn't you just tell me? I would have did it right away." First of all, she knows as well as her brother knows, he would never ask her to invite Donna Marco. Donna Marco should have been automatically invited out of respect for her brother. And she did not. And even Dolores has said this, okay? She did not have to invite the sisters. She could have simply invited Donna Marco, and that would have been suffice. He doesn't have to call her and say, "Oh, listen, Tree, by the way, can you invite my mother-in-law?" She knows the code, and he knows the code, as well as I know the code. So that's bullshit.
Plus, also, like, once the original envelopes go out, which Italians keep track of, if you get, like, your invitation afterwards, like, a couple, then, like, you're like, huh?
Ramona Singer got invited. Phaedra Parks got invited. Donna Marco didn't get invited. Give me a break.
Ramona Singer got invited, and then RSVP'd and didn't even show.
Yep.
Didn't even show. But yeah, you filmed Girls Trip in the islands for like 7 days, and you invited, Phaedra and Kenya and
why did she invite them, guys? To have them there for more publicity, more pictures, more bullshit.
So whatever, and then Teresa, I guess, was inviting everybody at the end. Hell, you want to come to my wedding? Sure, you come. Hold on, don't with all the ways they put it out there, don't they have like a special code and there's a riddle that they have to answer?
It's just like I said, it's talk about being old school and fit. All the things she said. She's old school, family, important. And I love how he says to her, "God, be the matriarch," because the reality is she's not respecting her brother at all, ever. She really just steps on him. And my eyes are open now, everybody. And listen, everybody knew me. I saw her through Teresa a long time ago. But I gave her some credit for what Melissa does. And I see both sides of it sometimes, but she just went over the top in this episode. She was out of control.
And did you see Melissa's face, like when Louie, he's like she was like, and not from the cocaine that he was on, she was like, what?
Allegedly.
Did you see? Oh my God! And so then Teresa came. He shooed her away. Then Joe Gorga came, and it seemed like they had a nice moment.
We are not even halfway through the season, and what's gone on thus far is enough for them never to ever talk again. What's going to come makes it 10 times worse. And I can guarantee you, I know my name, I know this family is never coming back from this season. They are not. It's so sad because they don't have parents, they don't have cousins. And even though they had Kathy and Rosie and their brothers, they didn't grow up with them. Kathy's mother and Teresa's father were brother and sister, right? So Nano and Kathy Wakili's mother, they are brother and sister.
And they didn't speak for a very, 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 very
speak for 25 years, and they were raised by different parents. So they didn't come together until it's like meeting your first cousin when you're 18. You'll get close and you'll do a lot with them, but you didn't share a childhood with them, right? So,
I actually met one of my first cousins for the first time at 35. So yeah,
I met one at 19, and you become close, but it's not the same as the ones you grew up with. So that's why Melissa keeps crying and she keeps saying he has no one, because they only had each other. And now the parents are gone. They don't talk. And any of the cousins they had, they didn't share a childhood with.
Right.
So the poor guy has no one.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he tried to get Joe. I mean, Joe and Melissa can very well like get close with Kathy and Rosie. I don't see Kathy and Rosie being like, no, we're not interested. I'm saying it's there. If you know,
yes, but they didn't grow up together, John. So
right, but like, listen, for someone like, all my family's gone, and like you kind of like look for like people that might be like, you know, beggars can't be choosers at a certain point.
Right. At least he still has the, you know, family bond.
And they're still first cousins. It's not like they're like some like, you know, fourth cousins thrice.
And you know, Kathy's mother was raised by her parents, but Teresa's father was raised by like an aunt because they split up the siblings as children. So they didn't even get raised as brother and sister. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they don't have that, you know? It's sad.
And, you know, it's like, you know, Teresa is the matriarch of the family, but she wants Melissa to fix it. It's like...
Listen, she's been doing the same shit for 10 years. At the season 2 or 3 reunion, and Kathy said it. She's a bad sister. I'm a bad cousin. She's a bad friend. And she said it again tonight. If you were a good sister-in-law, well, how do you know what a good sister-in-law is? You're not a good anything.
Right, because, and I think that Dolores made an excellent point when she was like, you know, when you were talking about Louie, and she was like, Melissa doesn't talk like that. She is not you. So just like Jen Aiden wants her husband to be Joe Gorga, Melissa is not Teresa.
That's right. Yeah.
And it just,
they're never going to be back. And, you know, I don't know how to, there's an Italian saying, I don't know how to like, or in Italian, I don't know how to say it in English, but it means like the further you swim away from each other, the wider the gap of water, you know? And and after a while, you can't see each other anymore.
Right.
You just see water, you know? And the longer when you fight with a family member, the longer you don't talk, the more you get used to your life without that person. You no longer need them. That's what happened to this brother and sister. It's really sad.
Because they're going to start, you know, developing their own family traditions at holidays. And I mean, it even happened with my own family we didn't even have a falling out. It's just, you know, my cousins got married and, you know, they were going to their places. And it's like, you know, we don't get together as a family on my dad's side of the family. You know, we don't get together at Christmas, and it's sad.
It is. It is sad.
You know, but where my brother and like his daughter and their in-laws are super close. And it's like when we get together on our family, it's like, you know, everyone's there. And it's so nice because, you know, you don't have to leave. You don't have to, you know, pack up the car and
you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel like you have to entertain someone. You just be yourself and you're comfortable. But like as time goes on and you don't talk to people, there's like that, you got to carry conversation. You're not your 100% yourself. You just start to feel like weird around each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like my niece is getting ready to move back to the area. Her husband's in the Navy. And I said, you know, Haley, do you realize your entire family is probably within a 10-mile radius of each other?
Which I think is amazing.
And she's like, I know, and I love it. She was like, I've wanted this since we got here.
That's probably what she's moving there for.
And so, you know, it's just, it'll be neat to have her around, and hopefully we'll, you know, spend more time with her and, you know, her kids and stuff.
And that's what it's about, you know, like these cousins, these girls, they're never going to have a if the parents hate each other as much as the kids try, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, because there's going to be this awkwardness with the kids.
Yeah.
You know, because it's sad.
It would almost make more sense to me if Teresa didn't invite Melissa's family because of like this whole pizza thing. Like that would make sense to me if Teresa felt like annoyed of her and her family.
It's still not okay because as long
I
as
know that. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
As long as Melissa and Joe received an invitation, then Donna Marco should have got one too. Done. There's nothing else to say.
Well,
and I told
Teresa's
you guys
using some like 10-year-old tweets from like you know.
I told you guys like three of our shows ago that I felt that forget the sisters. She don't need to invite them. She just had to invite Donna, and that's what Dolores said. I'm sorry, Teresa, in the after show. I'm sorry, Teresa, but I get it. You know, it's your wedding. You do what you want, but probably just the mother would have been who she, because it's true. It's respect.
By the way, I did love Dolores' darker hair and her green dress.
So do I. Lovely. I love it. Gorgeous.
Okay, so where are we now?
Can we please talk about the freaking pajamas?
We're at the pajama party.
Thank God. Because another moment where I'm watching this show and I'm uncomfortable through the television, and you see Joe Gorga's face. It's like, I wear your dad's pajamas at night to make those girls feel safe. And Joe's like this.
What? Like, if it were me, I probably would have slapped him for some reason. I figure if somebody
my husband would have
if my sisters
died.
If like, you know, if my sister's fiance told me, like, seriously, listen, you know, I wear your dad's jammies. Like, I just feel like a slap would be like the appropriate response. Like, and like,
how does that make the daughters feel
like maybe a good
comfortable
backhand, like a 5 knuckler, like really like a good solid hit, I think would be. I wear. Hey, listen.
What part of the jammies? Like, I can sleep tonight. Louie's got on no-nose jammies.
My husband or my brother would have said, I know my brother right away. He would have looked at him and go, and sorry for the cursing. My brother would have said, what'd you say, motherfucker? You went what?
And then he creeps it up and he's like, yeah, listen, I sleep with your 4 nieces and I wear your daddy's pajamas to make them feel safe at night. Like, what? Even
now
we're in some world that's
we're all aware that Teresa gave an explanation, correct?
What kind of reaction was he hoping to get with that?
She told People magazine, well, they're new. My dad never wore them. They're Ralph Lauren. Who gives a shit?
So wait, that doesn't make sense.
Still mentioned it.
So Louie's wearing his deceased father-in-law's,
who we never met,
new Ralph Lauren's to make his granddaughters feel more cozy at night. Oh, that just makes it worse. Like, he needs to get back on the white.
Joe just literally sat there and he was like,
if I like the look that Joe had on his face of just pure dumbfoundness.
All of America who was watching had the same look. I know I did.
Like, on what universe would
that's the cocaine that he's allegedly not taking.
The sky, like the sky.
I mean, only like that good like Bergen County like quality cocaine can get you like talking like that without getting your ass beat. Like that. Like, I mean, like, at least.
Okay, but I have a question.
Well, hold on. At least if it was old pajamas, right? Which again, horrible. Because it smells like him. Like that's
why would you? John,
listen, this is not what I do with my nieces.
But why wouldn't Teresa give them to her daughters if they needed to feel like, you know, these were no-nos. I want you to have them.
That for you.
Well, I have a question though. So Teresa cleaned it up as best as she could with People magazine. You know, no, he's had good intentions. My father didn't wear them. They're new. With all that being said, I need to know why he said it.
Because it doesn't make sense.
What?
Because it doesn't make sense.
Right. So
He said that as a dig to Joe. Like, hey, Joe Gorga.
What kind of pajamas they were, if they were new, if they were Ralph Lauren. I get she's saying they took it out of context. I need to know what the context is. Like, why in any scenario would you say to a man, I wear your dead father's pajamas? And what did he mean by it? Like, what did he mean?
But like exactly. Like, so, like, how would that was a dig to Joe? Like, hey, listen, by the way, asshole, like, you know, I'm the new man in the girls' lives because I sit in your daddy's jammies and give them a better sense of like support and stability.
That's creepy.
You know, that's a dig. That how else? I mean, in whatever coked up world that he's going off on.
Just like
I don't know.
I don't know. It's really strange, and there's no like. I tried to like think about. I'm like, oh, is he using a really bad example of like trying to say I'm really close to your nieces and I try to protect them? There's 8 million other words in the English vocabulary that he could have chose other than I wear your father's pajamas.
Okay. Let me give you for instance. Okay, so let's say, could you imagine hypothetically, right? Because obviously, you know, Joe Gorga and Gia sitting in a room, and Gia is upset, and Joe Gorga asks Gia, "Hey Gia, would you feel better if I slipped on no-nos?"
Okay, is it? Am I the only one who has like almost like a perverted sense to it too? It's like
it's a little. It's creepy.
Okay,
it's creepy.
So it's perverted. It's creepy. It's morbid. It's strange, and it's inappropriate. Those 5 things sum it up. Do you think?
Everything about him is creepy. Even his little face on the calendar is creepy. The video with the men on the beach is creepy. Every woman he's ever been with has, you know, the same story about him, but whatever, that's not creepy. And the fact that, like, you know, he got fired from this job that he invented and was on the board, but then he lost everything. But
now, what job was that, John?
He's got a 6-acre house that they just built from scratch and a $250,000 Bentley and another $250,000 that they could just hibbity bibbity 250 American. I wipe my ass with that. No.
So I still need to know what Chandler does because I don't even know what Chandler did.
He's an entrepreneur.
With what?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
Okay, because if you Google him, he says he's Teresa's husband. He started.
Yeah, that's about right. That's how he defines
like that. That's
now.
what Louie's business card would say. Like if
Louie,
our business card's still a thing, like Louie's business card would be say, you know, like here's a business card, it'd be like Louie, and then under that it'd be like Teresa's bitch.
Or Real Housewives of New Jersey superstar.
Yeah. Also yoga master, and
he started a new digital media company during the couple's Valentine's Day appearance. Andy Cohen pressed for the nature, and he said he responded that he does lead generation and sales. So he takes the information and sells it.
That's a Jen Shaw thing.
Yeah, that's also the same thing that Jen Shaw is like. You got the next set.
Whenever you hear those 2 words, wicked lead generation, shady shit.
Yeah, I mean, even Andy Cohen said that on Watch What Happens.
Generating leads.
According to LinkedIn, he was a media and marketing company. He first started a company at 19. But how do you get fired from your own company?
That's what I keep asking.
Well, you can get fired from your own company if you are embezzling, and there are other shareholders. So if you are have stake in the company, if you are stealing money from your own company, you would have to resign or step down.
Yeah, he's an imports exports like George Costanza. That's it. He's an importer exporter.
Yeah, it's strange.
But it just
It looked like he was on that good Colombian goodness at Rachel Fuda's house. Like I'm like, wow, like I didn't know you were buddies with the Escobars. Like,
yeah, but my favorite was when Flip just walks away from Teresa, because I'm going to call him Flip from now on. I'm not calling him Louie. Flip walks away from Teresa because he can't take it one more second of her saying, "You didn't have my back enough."
You know, I wonder if they're going to be long term. I wonder if those two are going to make their like 10-year wedding anniversary, because I don't know. There's a lot of bullshit in that marriage. He is a bean shooter.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 5 years. 7.
Yeah.
7 if they're
I
lucky.
hate to say it, but she didn't get a prenup. She didn't listen to Andy Cohen told her. She didn't want to hear it.
To her, he's got way more money than she does.
That's what she says.
That's she got nothing to worry about. If there's a prenup thing, she got nothing to worry about. And again, $250K. Like, I just can't imagine there being this beef between them. And on the other side of the dime, they're talking about going to christenings and barbecues and
John, if he could lose $250K and not bat an eye, then Teresa doesn't need to be on that show, and neither does he. They wouldn't be on the Housewives. Let's put it that way.
I mean, think about it. Would Warren Buffett or Mark Cuban, I love Mark Cuban, by the way, would his wife, like, he's a billionaire.
Mark Cuban's on Shark Tank. I don't know if you want to lead with that.
Well, no, but I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, he does it because of the exposure. He drops the Mavs name.
Because Mark Cuban jerks off to himself because he's Mark Cuban. So yeah.
Probably, yeah. But it's like
Andre.
Would Warren Buffett's wife be, or Elon Musk? Like, his wife is kind of weird anyway, and I don't think she would do a reality show.
Well, I mean, like, Kathy Hilton's got more money than God, and she's doing Beverly Hills. I mean, she's Lisa Vanderpump.
Which she doesn't need to do. And, it's not even good for her, because look at how they made her look last season,
Well, I'm just saying, like, there are people that with the money that,
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. Look what it did for Vanderpump. I mean, she had a good business. Now she has 10 good businesses.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
I get it. It's for the exposure, but like Louie never, the one thing I noticed with Jersey, where like other franchises will drop their business or what they're doing or what's coming up, that Jersey doesn't do that. I mean, you do have the MV by MG, but they're not like kind of spouting that like the other people do.
Oh no! Bethany had Skinny Girl attached to her forehead in every scene that she was in.
Right.
Bethany never lost one second. She had fucking Skinny Girl fucking wood paneling behind her.
Right.
You know what? You're right, Jay Freak. But you're right, Jay Freak. She will never they could be going through the worst times, and she'll smile, and you'll never know. You'll never know.
And then when her love bubble finally burst, then she's going to tell everyone what a horrible, evil human being he was and how he manipulated her.
But that's not going to happen, because you're right. Both of you are right, because she has to save face, because everyone was like, this guy is a creep. Could you imagine? I'm sure she's already miserable, but could you imagine, like Teresa saying, we can't get divorced? Imagine the look on Margaret's fucking face,
Yep.
And Margaret's waiting. And I'd be waiting too. I'm waiting to pounce,
Well, okay, question for you, John, because you do know Margaret. Do you think that she has this so-called arsenal, ready to drop?
No, Margaret's a smart woman, and I mean, she's on a show with reality TV, and she's smart. I don't think she goes out looking for shit on people, but if there is a threat to her, any smart person would want to start doing their homework on the person coming after them. I think anybody would do that.
Because
I think Margaret does her homework. Bottom line.
Huh?
Oh, I just said I think she does her homework. Bottom line, she does what she has to do.
For sure. I think
Because, like,
everybody
people
else
come
has
to
to.
John, you know, with the whole, you know, Honey Boo Boo or whatever, and who Josh is dating now. You know, it's like people approach you about the stuff. So I'm just wondering if people approach Margaret about the stuff.
Oh yeah,
I would think so.
Versus to where, you know, she's like, you know, people are like, oh yeah, hell.
like approach her how? Like that? Like what?
Where like people come up to you and say, you know, like the whole thing with Angela, you know,
Right.
that landed in your lap and you didn't do or say
Oh.
anything where, you know, is it more like it lands in Margaret's lap and, you know.
Oh, so you're saying, does she go out seeking for it? Does she work hard for it? Or does it come to her? Because listen, they're on a show, right? So people are going to come to them and say, hey, I know you're fighting with Jen. Let me tell you what happened with her a month ago. I don't know if you know this. Are you saying like bring it to her like that?
Yeah, or like where people.
I'm sure it's a mixture of both. To be honest, I'm sure that people do come to them, like you know, Laura, Margaret's old friend, right? That's been mentioned in every episode of this season.
It's funny because if you notice, Margaret will not say her name. She does not mention her name.
And, she just calls her my ex-friend.
Right.
But you know, they're no better for like, you know, continually talking to her.
Right.
So, you know, I think anybody would be stupid not to do their homework. If you have someone who you know is looking for you, you're just gonna sit there. We're all of a certain age,
right?
You have to like protect yourself and your name and your image and whatever. So, listen, if Margaret does have an arsenal of shit against people, then she probably needs it for a reason because, and I'm sure they have the same arsenal against Margaret. You know, look what Danielle Staub and Teresa planned against Margaret with the hair pulling and shit. So
true story.
Yeah,
that was in their arsenal that day.
And see, Teresa, like she's very much a hypocrite in that way because she's bringing up text message tweets from 10 years ago. But, you know, if Margaret dare mention the hair pull, she would look at her like she was crazy.
Oh, yeah, because you can't, because, you know.
You can't do that with her. You can't. It's not a double-edged sword. With Teresa, it's one way and that's it, or the highway.
Very much so.
So, all right, so we get the pajamas. So we talked about the pajamas, right?
Yeah, that's just far beyond.
I really wish Teresa was sitting next to Louie when, like, Louie said that about the pajamas. Like, I would have liked Joe Gorga to look at Teresa and be like, what the fuck did he just say to my face about pajamas?
Yeah, that would have been
But
so
I
sweet.
think at that point, she would have started explaining it away. Like, oh, you know, it's not like that.
No,
just
it's
like she
just
did
like
for People
that.
magazine.
So she tells People magazine, oh, no, it's not creepy. He's just wearing unopened pajamas.
Yeah, these were brand new, and my dad didn't have time to wear them, and they're very nice pajamas.
But you're also using that as a dig at Joe to say, I'm closer to your nieces than you are.
If it was a dig.
The pajamas that you're
if it was a dig. Or is he trying to say, you know, I'm a good guy. I take care of your nieces. And if he was trying to say that, he did a horrible job.
Yeah, his creep factor like was Garrett.
Oh, Garrick. Yeah.
Garrick.
He's the worst. I think we all agree that Garrick is just the worst on the creepy factor. We're gonna have to make it. That might be the next contest. We'll do I don't know. That probably won't be nice to people. We'll do a creep.
Who's creepier?
10 people of creep levels.
We'll have like
you never know what you're gonna get.
Be a better person. You're getting closer to death. You don't know when St. Peter's gonna be knocking. And I'm like, let's make a list of all the worst people. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like on Snapchat where it's like you have to tilt your head. Which ones you like? You know, who's creepier?
But I think we'd all agree that Garrick is like, you know, if he's not number
one,
he's
disgusting.
He's definitely on the podium. That's all.
He's horrendous.
But it was just
like I would say like Garrick, like Colt.
Yeah. I would love to know in what context did he mean that? Like Brooklyn said earlier, like
that's what I need to know. I gotta know that because and I know it's gonna come up at the reunion because again, We don't care about the explanation of if they were new, if they were washed. Why are you saying it? Why?
Yeah.
It's creepy across the board.
It's so weird.
Yeah. We should submit that to Andy.
Like, what if he said, like, and I also, like, where is, like, his Hanes, his white
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
Can
you imagine?
I wear his old jockstrap from Italy from when he played on the soccer team back in the 60s.
I wonder if, like, he watches the shows and then wants to tell everybody.
What was that? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying, like, I know Louie's watching these episodes and, like, bursting to, like, defend it because he's like a girl. He's worse than these women in a lot of ways.
I'm not a girl. What are you talking about, girl? I'm not a girl. I'm a girl. Like, I'm.
Here we go.
I
ignited it.
I have a lot of feelings. I have a lot of feelings. Like, and I just want everybody to understand. Like, I'm a great guy. Like, I don't have the same emotions that Teresa has. Like, I'm sick of being bullied with Teresa. Like, I'll invite you. Do you want to come? Wicked? Do you want to come to the wedding? I'll invite you. It's already happened. But I'll send you an invitation. I'll send you an invitation. Cody, did you want an invitation? Oh, did you want an invitation? Listen, I'm inviting everybody. I'm inviting John Yates. I'm inviting Brooklyn Girl. I'm inviting Wicked Wisdom. I'm inviting Hope.
It's impressive that he doesn't breathe.
I'm inviting Georgie. I'm inviting nobody asks Maria. I'm inviting Addie. I'm inviting Julie. Who else wants to come? It's already happened. But I'll do you some free invites. And then we'll just do everything all over again, and it'll be great. Can you hold my hand while we do it? Because I just want you to get real close to me so you can look me in the eyes and just look at me in the eyes when I talk to you, because I have a lot to say, and like it's important. And I'm not a bad guy. And shut the fuck up, Teresa. It's good. It's fine. I'm not creepy.
Oh, you are, my friend. No, you're very creepy.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And he's always like he's always like,
Yeah, like, I would feel like Louie, Colt, and like who was the other one that was creepy?
Dimitri.
Garrett.
Yeah.
Dimitri's creepy on just all sorts of other levels.
Yeah, I would put Dimitri above Colt.
They're all weird.
Dimitri is like on like a cosmic weird level, like with like Big Ed. He's on a different like plane of existence with creepiness. So, all right.
Well, so now we got through the pajamas. So now the next thing that I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit is, Danielle, like, how do I say, confronting them, but she doesn't, because she says her piece and she again hides it all out. I mean,
how to have a storyline.
Yeah, she does, because we have no idea what she's talking about with her brother. No one would exnate you out of their life over, a social media thing, especially your only sibling who you're so close with. And she's like so mad and so hurt. It would have been better if you would have knocked me out. Like, over
it's like,
what?
What did they ask that was like, there had to have been something other than he got mad.
They were like, yo, Danielle, what's your favorite color? And she's like, motherfuckers, you are messing with the wrong fucking girl.
John,
they know who they're talking to.
That was good, John. That was good.
But it's like, so you got mad because your brother was making fun of you because these goofy videos. And you even said yourself, they were goofy, but you were hoping to get some kind of sponsorship while you're twerking with your downy, but that's not going to happen. And so you block him, and
but
then
it makes no sense, Wicked.
Yeah.
No one, that's not logic. I think that she's the only girl in her family, right? She's obviously like the queen bee. She's the only one with the children. The brother has no kids. So all the focus in that family is on Danielle.
But if you remember in the first episode when she was talking about the rift between her brother, she said she went dress shopping or whatever with the fiance, and she basically was like, this isn't about you, it's about me. And she told her brother, now I see the kind of woman I'm dealing with. And that's when he cut her out alive.
And y'all got all up in their business. And
that's right.
But she hasn't mentioned it since.
Star of the show. She's the whole family revolves around Danielle, the mother, the father. And I think this girl came along, the sister-in-law, and wanted to have her own say and wanted to run things her own way. And there's like friction all along. And that was the nail in the coffin. That was a nail in the coffin when she deleted him.
Because Danielle is what, like early 40s, right? Rachel's the young
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like Danielle hasn't been around. And like what Brooklyn just said, Danielle was the star of the family. And like, you know, I kind of feel like if it was Danielle's way of the highway and the family went with it. And maybe the brother was like, listen, no. And Danielle tried, I could just see her not getting along with like the fiance, or like you can do better than her, or just being like a fucking nuisance. There's just more to it.
I think it came to a point where she was like, you can pick me or you can pick her. And he picked her.
Yeah.
Because I
don't even think he gave her the option.
It just, you know, nobody believes it. You know, we're talking about like a bunch of like pretty wise women, you know, of all of a certain age. Their combined age is like, you know, at least like 3 Hogwarts scholars worth of wisdom there.
And do you know why I feel like that's the way it is? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to share with you why. So I am the only girl. I have 2 brothers, right? One of my brothers passed, but I have 2 brothers. So I am not only the only girl, I'm the oldest, right? So I got married first. I had children first. I kind of like run my parents a little bit, if you like. You know, listen, I'm a daddy's girl. I'm best friends with my mother. So I kind of run the show. If I say I want to eat here for Easter, I tell them, then they tell my brothers. You know what I mean? So my brother has a girlfriend. I like love her. They break up. He breaks up with her and he like cheats on her because he's young with this new girl. So my son's small. He's at my mother's house. I'm not talking to my brother because I'm mad at him for breaking up with this girl because I approved to her. And I walk into my mother's house, and the new girl's holding my son. He's like a year old.
Oh.
Let me tell you what I did.
I said, oh, I know it's going to be bad.
So I walk in the house, and I see this bitch holding my baby and trying to play with my kid. I walk right in. My brother couldn't get the word. My brother's face was like, motherfucker, right? He knew. I literally walk in and I go right up to her and I go, give me my child. And I rip my son out of her arms. And I proceed for the next hour to make her feel so out of place. I was such a bitch. Well, that girl is now my sister-in-law for 12 years and the mother of my 4 nieces and nephews. And she's my best friend. But she will tell you till this day that I was such a bitch. But I kind of like ran shit, you know? But when I realized my brother was in love and she showed me respect, I showed it back.
Right.
Danielle, you could tell right out the gate that she likes to be the queen bee. Yeah. She holds the position and she wants the title. And she ain't sharing that with the brother's fiance. Ain't happening.
I just think that she told her brother to a point, you know, you can pick her or you can pick me. And he was like, deuces, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, it might be, but it ain't over a social media post.
Right. And that's why, you know, I think it's more.
You know, Danielle's Instagram posts were like ridiculous. Like, you know, you weren't even on the show and you were doing like these weird, like, dancing posts like you're like in your early 20s, like when like
and it's like you're, you know, wearing a bunny outfit, carrying Downy around, you know, singing Peter Cottontail. Come on, no.
It's like, you know, December. You know, it's like Santa Claus.
No one, Downy is not going to call you and say that is a fantastic. Let me sponsor you.
Yeah, let's get this psycho from Staten Island here.
Listen, I went to school in Canarsie, Brooklyn, my whole life. Then I moved out to Long Island. So between Brooklyn and Long Island, I could promise you, I went to school with 300 Danielles. I know a Danielle like I know my name. Just the way she acts, the way she carries herself. And it's kind of like trashy. You know, she's like, the way she talks, you know, like, you're not going to tell me.
Same way
no one's going to come against me. You ain't going to see what's going to happen. I'm your enemy. You know, and I want to like, I want to jump through the TV and shake this bitch. Like, she sounds so trashy. And meanwhile, everybody in the chat's gonna be like, Phyllis, she sounds just like you.
No, but like Teresa and her and Jennifer all have the same like diction, and they think they're
they're bougie, not basic.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Gorgas were
okay, like you want to talk about bougie, Danielle? Like your house is like cookie cutter, like suburban, like Long Island, New Jersey. Like there's 8. Everybody has this house. There's like 35 of Danielle's house on my block alone. Like her house is nothing. I mean, it's a beautiful home.
There's 300 Danielles in my neighborhood.
Yeah, like
my neighborhood is full of Danielles.
And that's why Danielle's always like when she goes to people's houses, she's like, it's because like she has a cookie cutter house. There's nothing like bougie about that house. Oh, she's 37. Well,
she's my age.
You're not 37.
I'm 39.
Almost. Wow, I'm surprised you got it right. So I don't know. I'm just, I mean, Dolores didn't have that. Like Dolores's original house wasn't all that like glitzy either. But Dolores doesn't walk around with
Dolores
that, like,
strut her like shit.
Dolores had older kids. Dolores had Frank. I mean, they had like a divorce. It was like a different thing.
But her whole like thing, like, if she had Jennifer's house, her bougie thing might work. Or a little something, but like, listen, that's like me. Hi.
Regular, like Long Island house.
I'm like, bougie, not basic. Like that, I have more credence, in my little script.
Do we know what Nate does, by the way, guys? Do we know what he does?
No.
Oh.
Nate.
What's her last name?
He's probably an entrepreneur.
Cabral.
I can find out. He's probably. I'll say entrepreneur. Is he in sanitation?
I'm not aware of that one, John. Next question.
Okay, so he is an entrepreneur.
There you can see.
Featured in the HG reality TV series. He's a Massachusetts-based electrician who met Staten Island, New York, Danielle.
Oh, right. They met in LA. That's right.
They were on MTV's True Life.
Yes, they were.
Oh, he was on I'm a Staten Island girl, or he was on that with her?
Well, he was on, I think, his own thing. And then they met in LA. They were both trying to go for the same,
okay.
Yeah.
So they were both trying to be like MTV, like
Danielle is known for The Haunting of Alice D in 2014, True Life in 1998, and The Real Housewives of New Jersey 2009.
Whoa, shit.
Why
and pretty soon Margaret is going to find Danielle's brother and get the real story in her.
I'm sure she probably already has it. Like, listen,
most likely.
I would too, though. When people are coming for you, you need to have your ducks in a row.
And listen, I have to say, I watched the after show. Dolores was like coming for Jackie a little bit, about the whole Danielle thing, because she was, when Dolores has like a Patterson face, she don't even crack a smile. And she was like, they asked her, the interviewer asked her in the after show, like, about the situation with Danielle's brother, and she's like, why does Jackie care? Do we know about Jackie's sister? Maybe I want to know about Jackie's sister. Maybe I need to know that story. Is it Jackie's business? No. Like, she was like,
oh, sassiness.
She's a big baby who has the same exact temperament as Jennifer. Like, Teresa is like being very crafty on how she builds her army. She's just building a little bunch of mini Teresas in leopard.
Yes.
They're gonna have like jackets soon.
That's the thing. Like, Danielle is
like leopard satin jackets.
Of like a younger blonde Teresa. That's what she's reminding me of. The way she talks with no class and like, I don't know, threatens and
like, Teresa's reaction to Jackie. All Jackie did was go, And Teresa, I'm shaking. Therapy.
She started screaming like, "You shut the fuck up, Jack. You stay out of family shit. You get in my family shit. Mind your fucking business."
Dang.
I'm like, she said, "Oh, that's it."
And although, like, I have been a little hard on Danielle because I think she's just a follower, not a leader. And she,
100%.
obviously she's on Teresa's team. But I did actually kind of feel bad for Danielle this episode with Rachel, because I actually liked Rachel and Danielle together. I felt like they were both the newbies and they were representing.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
each
I don't
other's
think they have
sides.
much in common.
Right, but I kind of like their like little friendship where they could like kind of vent to each other about like what I guess the veterans are telling them or whatever. So I don't know. I could understand why Danielle's feelings were hurt a little bit by Rachel when Rachel was the one that told Margaret. But then
Don't say it.
Right.
Then don't say it. You said it to her on camera. She just repeated exactly what you said.
Yeah, it's just, Danielle's trying so hard.
That's what I said earlier, Wicked. 100%
Well, the
right.
same as Jennifer.
It's
Jennifer's
like
trying
it's
so
obvious,
hard.
Wicked. It's obvious she's trying. Rachel's not trying. She's just being herself.
And Jennifer's trying so hard. She's evolved into this new character. Like, I'm Jennifer. My broken foot, toe, knuckle.
Where's my scooter?
Hi, I've had a fucking ingrown hair in my cooch for 3 months, and now I have this ingrown hair cooch.
No, stop.
Yeah.
I'm just saying and like the $64,000 question to everybody is: does Jennifer know that in Teresa's eyes she's just a tool?
No.
Or does Jennifer think that like Teresa really considers it a friend?
Yeah.
Well, did you see that they were on a one of Teresa's podcasts? They had Jennifer on as a guest, right? A couple weeks ago. So Teresa says, like, yeah, Jennifer, she's my friend, like off the camera. We have like a real relationship. We go with Louie and her husband. We're like really good friends, until she crosses me. If she did that, then forget it. Then I can't trust her. We're done. And Jen literally said, instead of being like, yeah, she goes, I would never do that, Teresa. You know me. I would never do that. I would never crush you.
Wow.
I'm like, Jesus. Like, stop it. You're an adult.
Yeah.
It was so pathetic.
If Jennifer really wanted to make waves, she would cross over and like go against Teresa. Now, wouldn't that be some shit? Ooh, I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
If she wanted to make sure she stays a housewife, it would be a smart move, wouldn't it?
I mean, Jennifer's got no story. How much is she gonna like hold on to this Bill thing? She's already soaking up like 2 seasons with it. So I don't know what more she's gonna do. I guess maybe they'll get divorced. That's probably like the next step for them.
Never going to happen.
We'll see.
Never, ever gonna happen.
Jennifer's so into herself. If Jennifer said if it gets her another season, she would probably do it. Just with that fake ass.
I told you guys last Wednesday, I don't even believe the scenes that her and Bill are filming. I think it's all for our storyline. She would never put her real shit out there with her husband, and she's never leaving him. Turkish people don't get divorced. It's never happening.
Yeah, Turkish people don't.
So there you go.
There you go.
So the mid-season trailer looked amazing.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait for the trip to Ireland. I guess that Jennifer's throwing.
That's weird.
Right? If anything, Laura should be throwing that trip.
100%. 100%.
But it looks good. I'm excited. There was no Watch What Happens live last night, right?
Not that I saw.
I tried to find it, but I couldn't. So I'm like, that's weird.
No.
And then the next one is going to be on a Sunday.
What? Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what? They changed the date?
So I don't know that for sure, but today I had trouble finding the episode. I told you it wasn't on the app. Usually every time a new show airs, the next day it's on the app for viewing. Today I couldn't find it anywhere. Okay, so when I was Googling for the episode,
it says next episode Tuesday, April 4th.
Okay, so they're not changing it. Okay.
So you're
Yeah,
good.
because on Peacock it says new episodes on Wednesday.
Yeah, you gotta get Peacock. I don't even know they have. Did you pay for Bravo app?
I think I might have at some
because
point.
Peacock has all Bravo, all NBC, live TV. We use Peacock a lot, and we also they also do like the live streaming, like with the movies. So when movies come out, like there were a couple of new movies we watched on here that were pretty good.
Yeah, there was a Jennifer Lopez.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah. The maid one. No, she's a singer. I'm thinking about Maid in Manhattan.
Marry Me was on.
Marry Me.
Paramount.
Yeah. And I think they have like WrestleMania that they're streaming on Peacock.
Yeah.
It's usually like $100 or something. And listen, if Peacock wants me to be like their national spokesman, listen, I'm free. I'll talk to you about it.
I'm here for it.
But Peacock's not bad. It's actually one of the apps I go to a lot. Peacock I use a lot.
I may even have it and not even know. I don't even know how to use my TV.
And then yeah, I use it a lot. Paramount, I use a lot, like that one. But are we good for this? So tomorrow night, Sister Wives.
Mm-hmm.
That's season 3, episodes 1 and 2. And this Sunday, this weekend, I want to do something for like a slumber party or something like that because I haven't done it in a bit. So
Andy's last episode was with Captain Lee.
Oh, so he retired again?
Lee?
Didn't Lee retire and then I'm retired?
Did he have health issues?
But now, so he's
now he's officially retired.
Oh, so he's done. Oh, good for him.
Done.
He was getting up there. He was a captain for 40 years.
His son passed away a couple of years ago from addiction. He's been through a lot.
Yeah.
So, well, congratulations to him on his retirement.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
And that's it. OC should be starting soon. I think they're doing a shift. I think that Gina may have lost her orange, or I read that she did, and they're giving it to Taylor. Oh God, I'd rather Gina have it, but whatever. I don't know. But they didn't have show the trailer yet for OC. Yeah, they're shaking something up on that one. So
they haven't. Bravo has not announced the premiere date other than spring of 2023.
And we know Vicky's back in some form.
Yeah, Tamara's back full time. Vicky will be back as a guest. I think Vicky goes on a trip with them or something like that. We'll see Vicky.
Yeah, it just says the first half of 2023.
So, and then Girls Trip season 3 is playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really hip to anybody on that cast. I like Portia.
Portia's good to watch, and Giselle, them together.
But I don't watch Potomac.
Did you guys see
I don't watch Miami. I don't watch Salt Lake City, and that's where the whole season's from. So, womp womp. So I don't care.
You guys see that Eva Marcel's husband is they're divorcing?
Yeah, saw that.
And that he's going to fight for their marriage.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Then Drew Sidora also, aren't they also getting divorced? Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's what Bravo does to people.
I know you want to.
Did Kenya ever finally get officially divorced, or is she still married?
Who?
Kenya Moore.
I don't know if she's officially divorced. You would think she would be now. Let me see. Kenya. I don't.
The world's longest divorce is Kenya Mark. Filed for divorce, and although they are still legally married as of January 18th of 2023.
He was mean. He was weird.
He was a dick. Kenya's my favorite, so but
God, it's like Bethany and Jason, the world's longest divorce.
Oh yeah,
married. It took them forever to get divorced. But all right, it's after what time is it? It's midnight. It's midnight. So I'm gonna cut this off.
Well, this was great. We talked about a lot. This was awesome.
We did.
Thank you.
We did, and again, now we have a full team of Teresa non-believers.
Oh boy, I can't believe I converted.
Brooklyn converted to the dark side.
I'm here for it.
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you, Brooklyn and Wicked, for being here with
Thank
me tonight.
you. Good night.
I will see you tomorrow at 9 for Sister Wives. Good night, everybody.
Good night.